Hi, this is Galina again and my Russian language video course for beginners, NotesForRU, and our third lesson. And today we will complete our Russian alphabet and we will learn the rest of the Russian letters. As always, before we start, let's repeat letters that we have already learned. And remember, the first category was letters which are quite similar with English. A, K, M, O, T. The second category was about letters that are quite confusing because they look like English letters but they make very different sounds. V, Y or E, N, R, S, U, and H. And finally, the third category, letters that have similar sounds with English, but they have got very different symbols. B, G, D, Z, I, L, P, F, and E. These are all letters that we have already learned. And now let's repeat all words from our two lessons. Ananas, it's a pineapple. Kот, cat. Mama, mother. Облако, cloud. Turist, tourist. Vaza, vase. Поезд, train. Метр, meter. Нос, nose. Мотор, motor. Спорт, sport. Улитка, snail. Хорошо means good, well, okay. Балет, ballet. Гитара, guitar. Доктор, doctor. Зима, winter. Иголка, needle. Лампа, lamp. Папа, father. Фрукт, fruit. And era. Okay, so look how many new words you already know. And now let's start. It's the last part of Russian alphabet. It's unique Russian letters and sounds. Yo, Ž, Y, C, Ch, Ш, Щ, И, Ю, Я. Let's start. Yo. I again put a star symbol here because I will explain you more about this letter in our next lesson. It's pronounced like yo in the word yonder, or it can also make o sound. And Russian example, ёлка, which means Christmas tree, and Сёма, it's a name, and the cursive. Ж, pronounced like zh in the word treasure, and sometimes it can be pronounced like sh. Again, I will explain you in the next lesson why it can be like this. A Russian example, жук, which means bug, and муж, husband, and a quite complicated cursive. Y, please have a look at this letter. For you sometimes it might look like letter E, but it got this additional symbols on the top. But they look a bit similar, but they're very different, because letter E, it's a vowel letter, and Y, it's a consonant letter. It's pronounced like Y in the word boy, and it is used to form diphthongs, oi, yei, I, I, etc. And Russian example, muzey, which means museum. And again, cursive, ts. It's again double sound, pronounced like ts in the word sits. A Russian example, center, center. Ch, pronounced like ch in the word chips. And Russian example, champion, which means champion. And the handwriting. Sh, pronounced like sh in the word rush, and Russian example, vash, which means yours, and quite complicated handwriting. Sh, I again put a star symbol because not many foreigners can really differentiate this letter sh from the previous letter sh. I will explain you. Sh, it is little bit longer and softer sound. So compare sh, sh. So second letter is little bit longer and softer. It's pronounced like sh in the word fish shop. And Russian example, щетка, which means brush. And again the cursive. It's quite strange Russian vowel letter. It's pronounced like very short in the word sit. This letter doesn't have a big option because Russian words cannot start with this letter. Letter I can be only in the middle or end of the words. And Russian example, ты, which means you. And letter U now. It's again a star letter because it can make different sounds. Sometimes it is pronounced like U in the word use, or it can also make U sound. Let's compare humor, which means humor, and muesli, which means muesli. And look at the cursive. And the last letter, ya. It's pronounced like ya in the word yard, or it can also make a sound. Again, I put a star symbol. Why this letter can make different sounds, I will explain you in our next lesson. Let's look at Russian examples. Яблоко, which means apple, and дядя, which means uncle. And finally, letters which don't make any sounds on their own. This letter called heart sign, it has no sound on its own, but this letter makes a small pause between syllables. For example, объект, it's object. Объект. So we stopped for a moment after ob and before yekt. Object. This is the heart sign. And another letter called soft sign. It again has no sound on its own, and it makes a previous consonant soft. Look at this word, семь, which means 7. Семь. Last letter m became soft just because of this soft sign. Congratulations, we learned all Russian alphabets, and now let's repeat new words from this lesson. Ёлка, жук, муж, музей, центр, чемпион, ваш, щетка, ты, юмор, мюсли, яблоко, дядя. We have learned all 33 Russian letters. Here you can see them all in alphabet order. I hope in a few more days, if you have little bit of practice, you will be able to recognize them very easily. And yeah, for now, we will have only one lesson left in this introduction topic. I will explain you in our next lesson. I will explain you some reading and pronunciation rules. And after fourth lesson, we will finally start our vocabulary and grammar lessons. Again, if you've got some questions about this video, please ask me in the video description area. And you can also go to my website NotesForRU.com, where you can download some documents for this lesson and later you can print them out to save it in your folder. Or you can go to my Facebook page, NotesForRU Online Russian Lessons, where you can also find some more information and you can ask me questions which you would like to ask. And congratulations, and I hope you enjoyed learning Russian language with you, and see you soon. Bye.